Whoa. Welcome in and thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that. And good morning to you from this part of the world. How are things in your world this morning? Jack is alive and Jack is a kicking. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jumped over the candlestick. You ever wonder why Jack jumped over the candlestick? I never have. Oh man. So how are things in the Philippines there, young sir? Grilling up some chicken for dinner. Chicken's good. I had a chicken salad myself last night. I got some of it left. I'll probably eat later today myself. And we got some chicken we need to cook up in the refrigerator. So I think we got a busy day today once Lorelai gets up. I know we got to go to the store at some point, do a little grocery shopping. I'm out of bananas. I'm out of juice. So I think tomorrow they're going to working on their getting set up for their Halloween party a little bit. Low and slow on indirect heat. Well, if you really want to cook it low and slow, I highly recommend that you use like a Bic lighter, and take a piece of chicken and you just kind of do this. It may take a day or two, but you'll get there eventually. So, and tomorrow I think Lorelai has one of her friends coming over, I think, and they're going to do arts and crafts with Halloween stuff. And so I think she wants me to live stream that for her. You're a real chef or a real chief. You probably haven't seen that commercial here. Uh, There's a funny Snickers commercial about the Snickers guy painting the Chiefs end zone, and he spells chef versus chief, and well, you're a real chief, real chef. Who are the chefs? Parker's in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Levin in the house already this morning. Let us know what's going on in y'all's world. Drop us a chat, a message here. Share with your fellow comrades, your fellow friends, your fellow buddies, your fellow amigo. Joseph's back in the house. Thank you for being here. You look just like Brian Donahue. Yeah. How do you pronounce his name? Donahue? Dennehy. That was his name, yeah. Is he still alive? But I get told that a lot, especially when I wear a hat like this. I get told that a lot, which is okay. Look, I'm happy, you know, I wish I was famous enough that I look like myself, but I'll take it, right? So, and I really like some of his movies. Lenar, good morning. Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. I got one of his cookbooks in there. I've tried to cook a bunch of his different foods. He's a good chef. I just wish I could cook like him. And I wish I had his money. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, I think it's a compliment. I take it as a compliment. I mean, I think anytime you can refer to as somebody better looking than you, I think it's a win-win-win. You know. So when I was a younger man, I used to have long hair, and I used to have red. My hair used to be red. It shifted now towards this gray, and grayish. But my hair used to be more red, and I used to get a lot of comments. I look like a Viking god, a Viking guy, but sometimes a Viking god. But I'll take it. I'm not for sure if he's still alive or not. Love Gordon Ramsay. Yep, makes me happy. I'd be happy to have him. James says, "What's your favorite food?" Well, that's a tough one, man. I know that's absolutely a tough one. Parse Imran, hello to you. And where are you guys from? Let us know what country you're from. We love all countries. We're just always fascinated by how many wonderful people there are from around the world. 15 in the house. Let's drop us some more thumbs up as you come in. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. That's very important to helping us grow. I guess my favorite food in the simply would be sushi, quickly followed by good pizza, and I say good pizza. But I love sushi. I'm from Pakistan in Asia. Very nice. I got a very good friend who is from Pakistan. Very somebody I hold in very high respects. So thank you guys for the thumbs ups and subscribing to my channel. My food addiction says nice to meet you. Happy to meet you. Glad thank you. Like number 7. Thank you, and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. It means the world to me that you guys will take the time out of your day to be here first and foremost, and that you guys will subscribe. James Graves, what's your favorite food? Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I think my favorite Pakistani food is, if I pronounce it right, barosh. Barosh. It's the dish that has the chicken cooked inside the rice and cooked inside of a pot, and you kind of flip it over. I can't remember exactly what that's called now, to be honest. Barosh might be some Russian dish. Thank you for subbing. You're welcome. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, food is always a great topic, you know. I love sushi. I'm a sushi fan. And I'll pay good money for sushi, apparently. So, Joseph, do you have a favorite Brian Dennehy movie? I know which one I think I like the best, but a lot of people don't know about the movie that I like, that he's in. Biryani. Biryani. Sorry, not brosh. Brosh is like a Russian soup or something. Biryani, that's what it is. Sorry. Love that dish. Love that dish. My friend made it for us on, oh man, that's good eating. If you guys have never had it, you need to have it. It is one of the better dishes in the world. So, so how are things in Pakistan then? Are things any better down in Florida, guys? My food addiction. Where are you from? Um, Obviously, you probably have a favorite food, right? It's okay. I think you're thinking about another food because biryani is a type of rice with spices. Yeah. Well, no. If I remember what they did, it was biryani. The rice has spices in it, but they baked like some chicken inside the container, and they would bring it out, and you flip it over on a bigger platter, and it kind of falls like this, and the chicken is kind of like inside of that. I think maybe it wasn't biryani. I don't know, but man, that stuff's good. He said his mama taught him how to make it when he was little, and it was very nice of him. Yes. Imran, yep, those are really good to eat. They are. It was good eating. A lot of food, good flavor. I'm not a big fan of rice. 12 people in the house, give us some more thumbs up and subscribe if you would. I'm not a big fan of rice, but in that case, I like the flavor rice, and I liked how the chicken kind of infused itself throughout. So, But someday, I've told him I may go over to Pakistan with him when he goes home to visit. His mom's passed away now, but he would still like for me to visit his family and meet it. And I'd love to meet his family, you know. And but we like to learn everything on this channel. So I hope everybody's doing well today. It's Saturday in my part of the world. It's bright and early in the morning. And hey, the dogs want to play with each other. They're running up against the fence trying to play with each other. You don't understand the language that much? Well, that's all right. I'm from America, and I don't understand English. So you're all right. Lily, enough. Young Mr. Sanders in the house. Father Time is in the house. Oh, you're not that old, man. I'm just keep telling you. You know, I feel old today, man. I woke up this morning and I feel old. I did. I gotta admit, I was up a couple hours ago and I got up and I'm like, man, I'm moving around like a 900-year-old man, and you know, the body is stiff and sore. I think the weather's going to be changing in the next few days or something. But it's good to have you here, young Mr. Sanders. I have not tried those dishes. I have not. But I'm one of these crazy guys that I'll be happy to try anything. I don't mind. I may not like it. I won't lie about liking it. But I love to try new foods. But the only thing I ask when I try new foods is people understand, let me just try a little bit of it. Because I have this thing about wasting food. So what I like to do is try just small portions of a new food. Because then if I don't like it, I didn't waste a plate full of it. So I'm really big on, let's just give me 1 or 2 bites. Let me try it. And if I like it, I'll get more. If I don't, then I won't, you know. So I'm real big on, I don't like to waste food. History moment. Hiya. I know somebody named Hiya. History moment. How are you? Thank you for the thumbs up as you came in. Subscribe to the channel if you would. How are you? I am good. I am good. Well, I'm old. I feel beat up today, but if I quit bitching about my aches and pains and my old ageness, then I would probably be okay. Jack is saying hello to you, young Mr. Sanders. We are in the United States. How about yourself? Where are you from? I'm from the United States. And it's Saturday morning here. It's a beautiful morning in my part of the world. I'm trying to get myself motivated, excited, energized. Thank you for the thumbs up and the subscribing to us. The super chats are open. The membership's open. You can subscribe at no cost, so please do that. Iran is, I hate trying new foods, but I enjoy the food I eat. Okay, well, that's all right. That's okay. I enjoy the food I eat sometimes. Sometimes I eat food to make my wife happy that I find disgusting, but that makes her happy. Time. Are you asking me what time it is here? It is going on 9:30. Yo, back at you, Jack. Back in the house with Jack. What, Daisy? My dog is so pathetic. All right, come on. Hang on. You regulars know what I have to do. Give me a second. I have to pick up my dog. Ready? I know. Everybody say hello to the dog. All right. HTN in the house. 10:22. I'm in New York. It's 10:22 in New York. Yeah, we are an hour east of you. Sorry, west of you. Sorry, west of you. How do you like New York? How do you like New York? I don't like New York. How do you like New York? This dog's particular name is Daisy, like in the flower. Good morning, the good man from Canada. Wow. Bye's arm candy is already here. Hey, Dennis. Well, Jack was telling me the other day that her name's not Bye, it's B, apparently. But I asked my wife, and she looked at it and said, no, it looks like Bye to me. But Jack says it's pronounced B, like in the B as in a bug. So, Dennis, sorry, Henry, is it like B as in the bug or not B in the bug, like the B in the bug? Yep, HTN are you saying HTN has arm candy or is the arm candy? Good day to H and Pack Jacks in the house. We got a good friend from New York. We got history in the moment. And here we got our good friend from Florida in the house. We got our good friend Sanders from Texas. So we got a lot of our good regulars in the house. Seemed like a really nice. Well, I try to be a nice person. I'm actually probably a butthead, but I try to be halfway decent. I have a philosophy that if you try to be decent, then maybe you will be decent. If you try to work hard, then maybe you will work hard. If you try to do the right thing, then maybe you will do the right thing. He is the arm candy. That's what I thought. I thought HTN was the arm candy. Henry says, or HTN said, no, I would say it's not the bug because I've heard her say it, Jack. Okay. And she says it Bye. Okay. Somebody timed me out. I got timed out. Neither. I am. Jack says, yo, Mr. Timeout. History's moment. Are you the laptop or tablet? Neither. Jack, yo, HTN. Dennis says, Jack, what's what to time me out for, man? Don't be calling out the Canadian, the great Canadian, the great white North man. What's a hey to Jack? I gotta go by. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for subscribing and all of that good stuff. We appreciate that. My his timeout finger is itchy for Dennis. The funny thing is, Jack only knows how to time out Dennis. That's the only one he knows how. Everyone else, he doesn't know how to give them a timeout. He has a timeout thing for you, Dennis. Right? Still got 11 in the house. Need a couple more thumbs up as you guys come in. Man, I'm thirsty this morning. I am 21 years old. I celebrated my 21st birthday about 10 months ago. 12 months ago? I don't know, a while back. I've been thirsty the last couple of days. Sean's Amazing Adventures in the house. Hello from California. Are you in the PH? No, I'm currently in the United States. So how are things in California? We have a lot of good supporters and friends out there. So thank you for the thumbs up and joining our channel if you haven't already done that. Appreciate that. Last year, I was 21 last year. So we've been in the Philippines quite a bit. Jack, who happens to be here, is living in the Philippines currently. A lot of our other guests here are in relationships with Filipinas. Beautiful Burlingame, California. I don't know where that is in California. We got a super good friend out in San Francisco. Takes good care of us from out in the California world. We got people here from Pakistan. We got people from Florida, Texas, all over the country, the Philippines, Canada. 20 minutes south of San Francisco. Okay, I got a good friend that lives in San Francisco. He goes, takes me to the Filipino stores and things on his live streams, and he's done some shopping for me there in San Francisco. So he just sent me the link about Dade City, about that poor Filipino guy that was that he was liking his pictures, that was shot and killed execution style because he was trying to tell somebody about their hygiene issues in the gym he worked. He was a janitor at a local Planet Fitness, I guess. And some young guy, 21, and his mother apparently didn't appreciate him teaching them about hygiene in a gym and what was appropriate according to the rules. So they followed him home, chased him down, and shot and killed him. And the guy even got it and shot him. Then he got out of his car, came up, and put one last round in him. Freaking disgusting. I'm not for sure how you want to pronounce your name, but I'll just refer you to AN is in the house. How the heck are you? I am doing great. That's a lie, but it's early in the morning and I'm pretending I'm doing great, so hopefully I feel great. Thank you for the thumbs up as you came in, though, and subscribing to our channel. My back feels beat up today. I feel, tired, out of energy. So Sean's going to Cavite, the Philippines, for 1 month on the 24th. Building apartments there. Nice. Yeah, we're from, well, we're not from Cebu. My wife is from Cebu. And we have land and stuff there too. And so we're from Cebu. Mandawi City mainly is where she's from, but we've lived in different, in Cebu City. HDN says, well, I'm heading out. I'm not going to listen to my neighbors fight all day. Damn, man. Well, that's sad, Henry. I don't blame you, man. That's why it's good to find a place out in the country, right, Henry? But I don't blame you. But hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. You're close to the ocean, so just go and enjoy the ocean. Go. Wasabi. Let all the stresses of the day go away. 18 people watching. Great. Give us some more thumbs up, everybody. We appreciate it all. Yeah, Cebu. Mactan Island, Cebu City, Mandawi City, but that's where she's originally from. So we were just there about 2 years ago. We lived there for a year. We lived there during Typhoon Odette when it hit. So, but we're back in the States currently, and we got to go back in a few years because we have a bunch of property, not a bunch, we have some property there that we need to build rental houses on, but we're in no hurry to do it. That area where we have the land is still developing, so it's no hurry. No hurry whatsoever. But my wife actually really loves to live in America. She likes the medical, the convenience, everything we can do. We get to travel. The strange thing is a lot of people think, oh my God, I'm going to go to the Philippines and I'm going to travel all over the place and do things. We travel more in America to more different places than we ever did in the Philippines. Ah, you're close to the volcano. Wow. Wow. I think Jack, who's in the house, is somewhat close to that volcano. Aren't you, Jack? Are you, Jack, if you're still listening? Aren't you somewhat close to that volcano too? Or you got a cousin or somebody that lives there, right? I can't remember what Jack was telling me about that. But we found the fact that we've traveled to more, I don't know, we've had more travel experiences and more enjoyment traveling other places in the world than just hanging out in the Philippines. And because once you've seen one Philippine beach, when you've seen the best of their beach, you've seen the best of all beaches. But we've been to Aruba and lots of other places where your eyes just drop because it's so beautiful there. Oh, well, Jack, I thought somebody you knew, well, maybe did you have cousins or something down there when it was erupting a while back that were going to evacuate or something? I couldn't remember. I thought there was somebody you knew down there that was not going to evacuate. So, so Sean's Amazing Adventures, do you have a YouTube channel then? And what kind of YouTube channel do you have? Because I'll go back and find you and subscribe to you. And so I'm assuming you're married to a Filipina. Oh, that's a different volcano? So there's more than one in the world, Jack? What do you mean there's more than one? Can you tell us something about American? Absolutely. What would you like to know about American history? I can tell you a lot about American history. You may not like all the American history there is out there. I can tell you a lot of them. You know, would you like to know what war history? You know, what do you want to know? Civil rights, you know, frontier history, engineering history, industrial revolution history, you know, literature history. What do you want to know? Dorsey MR says, been a while, just stopping in. KC, okay, Kansas City, Missouri in the house, USA. God bless you. We appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for the thumbs up as you come in. We do appreciate you being. We appreciate the thumbs up and you checking back in, and I'm sure you're already a subscriber. So thank you for being here, buddy. What's going on in your world? How are things going? Scroll past all the political shorts. Starting the channel up again on the 24th. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah, right now, on YouTube, there's so many political freaking ads that make you want to puke. You know? It's like, oh my God, we people stop. So, American history. Here's the number one thing I'll tell you about American history, and this is where a lot of Americans won't like this. The American history that is reported in American history books is a bunch of bullshit. It's filled full of sugar coatings and lies and inaccuracies. So that's your number one history lesson for America. The American history books, the history books that are taught, the history that's taught in elementary school and junior high and high school in America is a sugar-coated BS fest, is what it is. A lot of great history here, though. Young Miss Filipina Bai in the province is in the house. Thank you for being here. Good morning to ya. Good morning, everybody. Sean's Amazing Adventures is going to have a YouTube channel. He's firing his back up, so you guys need to connect with them. Young Miss Filipina Bai in the province has a YouTube channel, so please connect with her. So, Sean, you agree with me about the American history? You know, and then what's really funny to me is young Mr. Sanders is saying hello to Bai. 803 subs. Okay. So you got some growing to do, but you can do that. You can do it. You can do it. This is one way. Come into somebody's live stream. We got 16 in the house, and we only got 10 thumbs up. So I encourage you guys to give us some more thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. But coming to people's live streams and just networking and then sharing your content is what I think works best. Unless you happen to be some hot, sexy girl, then it doesn't really matter what your content is. History's moment is saying, what is my opinion about tourism in Kermilla? I don't know anything about that, to be honest. I don't know anything about Kermilla. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. So I don't have an answer. I like tourism in general. I think it makes the world go around and makes the world a better place. Young Miss Bai is saying hello to Kuya Jack. You got 804 subs. Oh, that means Sanders just subscribed to you, my friend. So that's nice. Thank you, young Mr. Sanders. And so you guys need to subscribe to Mr. Sanders too. Yep. So you already got one more. And when I get off of here, I'll go on and sub to you too. And make sure you guys hit that alert bell. That's what's really important. If you guys will, on my channel and everybody else's, when you subscribe to them, hit the alert notification bell so you know that when things are coming up. So, taking boys to karate, nice. Puck 'em calving and going fishing. Man, you're a better man than me. I think that's great. I don't want to carve any pumpkins. I went fishing last night and got skunked. Didn't catch a damn thing. You know, I was really disappointed in my fishing location. So I had to do better. Sean saying, thank you, young Mr. Sanders. Um, but it's good to do things with the kids. Are you taking the boys fishing then, I guess? You're going to take them to karate, then you're going to take them to carving pumpkin, and then you're going to take them fishing? That's good. I was thinking about doing a fishing today with my wife. I'm thinking about going down to one of our little lakes and renting a little boat and spending a couple of hours. But I caught no fish on that lake yesterday, so I don't want to give them any more of my worms or my minnows. So I don't know what we're going to do. I know we got to go to Walmart at some point. And then my wife and one of her friends tomorrow during the day, we're having a big Halloween party on the 26th. And so they're all trying to figure out how to make homemade Halloween decorations. And they bought all kinds of things like smoke machines and ghosts and things. And so tomorrow they're coming over to pre-set up for this party, and she wants me to live stream them trying to learn how to do all of their Halloween stuff. So we're going to do that tomorrow, I'm sure, at some point. But I'm out of bananas and juice, so I got to go to Walmart. Walmart is your savings place. Oh, is that Kmart? Walmart is the place that takes all of your money. You know, they're an expert at stealing from you. So Walmart sucks, and we live at Walmart. We are Walmart if you don't know. So um, we literally are Walmart. Walmart was invented right here where I live, and you would think they'd give us a discount. So says that you're welcome, but that's exciting. Putting carving and fishing, man, you can't beat that. That's a good day. I went fishing last. I don't know. I think is where I went fishing at last night. I have to ride a mobility scooter a lot when I go fishing and try to walk very far. And where I was at last night, Jack was watching um, the the fishing pier that I was on was really old, and it was kind of like this and this, made out of wood. You know what I mean? And it's seen better days, and I was taking some bumps and some bruises trying to get up. Oh man! So I think I beat myself up a little bit too much, doing that yesterday. Wow. Sean says there's no Walmart or fast foods, restaurants, and no liquor stores where he's at. Wow, in Burlingame. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. I know I was talking to my friend James in San Francisco, and he was telling me that a lot of the fast food joints, since they can't afford the 20 something dollars an hour that's supposed to be paid to the fast food workers in California, that they're packing up and moving out. They're not going to be in business anymore because they don't think there's enough of a profit margin, I guess. So, and then of course, where he lives, he's taken me into Walgreens and other places where they got all the plexiglass put up everywhere and you can't buy anything without getting somebody's help. So, um, young Mrs. Ann sounds like me, all beat up and old man, you know. Some days I have energy and I feel good, and some days, I feel like I got ran over by a car. It's rather an upscale area. Wow, you live in an upscale area. I see. But I can still call myself the poorest man. That's funny. In Burlington. Oh, you live in Burlington, not Burlingame. I know Burlington, California. Burlington. Okay. That's funny. Well, I'd rather be I don't know. I don't know what I want to be. Our good friend History Moment has given us a geographical update on the location. Located on the southwestern tip of India, enjoy some geographical features that have made it one of the most sought after area tourists. Wow, very nice. I will check it out. I'll Google it and do some research on it, but I'm not real familiar with it. But it's a really big planet, so you got to cut me a little slack. This planet we live on is gigantic, and I used to be, ooh, that was a spider. I used to be really smart, but I'm not anymore. But I still consider myself somewhat knowledgeable. And we're hoping to go to the Mediterranean next year, but we'll have to see how all of that plays out with all the skirmishing and war and fighting going on. No, you are in Berlin, so you're in Burlingame. Okay, I don't know where that one is. Young Sanders as 243 now. Fondly referred to as God's own country, which is funny because that's what we call where we live, was selected by the National Geographic Travelers as one of the most 50. Wow, all right. Wow, 50. That is impressive of a lifetime and one of the 13 paradises in the world. Nice. We call where we live God's country too. And then if I go about 100 miles down the road, they call that God's country. If I go 100 miles west, they call that God's country. If I go 1,000 miles west in the United States, they call that God's country. If we go to the north, I mean, everywhere we go in America, it's called God's country. If you go to the big, so you go to the Philippines and they call it God's country. So, it's a great reference. Ghost is in the house. He's saying hello to everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Just find it's funny how we've traveled to Aruba and other places, and they've all said, "This is God's country." And I'm like, well, isn't the whole planet technically God's planet? So, but we love to travel. We'd like to go to India. It's in the mid range of our bucket list. We have a lot of things on the bucket list before India. And one thing we know as we get older, guys, um, your bucket list gets longer, but the reality of being able to achieve those bucket lists gets harder and harder because, as young Mr. Sanders is saying, yeah, I'm moving kind of slowly. You know, we don't recuperate as fast as we would like to. And I'm definitely in that category. I have a few good days and I'm all excited. And then, man, I'm down for 2 or 3 days. So, recuperation plays a huge role in how much we get to do. And, you know, and today I'm slow. I may take a day off today from what I don't know because I never work. So, but I feel like I need a day off. But yeah, we'd like to go to India. We'd like to go to New Zealand, Australia. We'd like to go to Iceland. My wife really wants to go to the Mediterranean and Europe, which I don't really care about going to London or anywhere of that. I think, I don't like dinky towns. So I don't really like busy, crazy crap. We'd like to go to Japan, and Singapore, Hong Kong. Um, you know, so there's a lot of places on the bucket list. We'd like to take more cruises, but when you're old and disabled, it's hard to get around, and my wife has to work harder to get me around. So we got to pick and choose, one, what we can afford to do, but two, what we can physically do. So, young Mr. Sanders, what do you have on your agenda for today? You got anything fun planned for the kids? You know, going to go over to Seafood City and buy some groceries. Uh, yeah, here's an interesting thing, Sean. Um, I'd love to go to Japan. My wife we got relatives, or she has relatives in Japan. I'd love to go to Japan. If you're in the Philippines, since you're going there, if you go to Cebu City, there's a hotel that's called the Bai Hotel. We've stayed in it. It's a really nice hotel. They consider it like a 5-star. I consider it maybe an American 4-star, but it's nice. But it's Korean owned, and he doesn't allow tips in his hotel either, so you can't tip there. But I know what you're meaning because in Japan they considered it inconsiderate, right? Like the Japanese or like the host didn't give you enough food, so they kind of consider it disrespectful. And the Bai Hotel in the Philippines, in Cebu City, the philosophy is he came to America, the guy that owns the hotel chains, some years ago, and the story is he went to some big swing ding, somewhere, New York, wherever, and um, he didn't like the fact that the people that were tipping kept getting better service than the people who did not tip as much or at all. And he thought that was so unfair because here's this guy with all kinds of money. He was only going to tip what he thought was right, a Korean guy. And so the story goes that he made it up his mind at that time that in his hotels, tipping were not going to be allowed because he wanted his employees to treat each and every guest equally, no matter how much money they had or didn't have. So, and we found that out because I wanted to tip, and they refused my tip, and I'm like, well, why would you guys do that? And so they told me the story because when we were in Cebu, when we stayed at the Bai Hotel that year, um, it doesn't make sense, right? It's shitty that you got to pay. So I'll get on a tangent a tiny bit. It's really crappy that I got to give somebody extra money just to do their job and treat me decent. We had this problem at the college I taught, and I threw a bitch fit about it and blew it up because in order to get our maintenance people to come to our division and do work that needed to be done, they wanted to be bribed with lunch. So they got in this habit of talking other divisions into buying them pizza. So whoever would kiss the maintenance guys' asses to come and do work, that's where they would go. They would focus their energy where they could get free pizza from the business office versus our division. Pissed me off. And I stopped it because I had the money, I had the purse strings, I had the ability. I hired my own maintenance team. I just started hiring outside contractors in. And then once the president found out and other people found out, wait a minute, and I said, well, I can't afford to buy them pizza. They only want to come here and do work if I buy them pizza. So I would rather just hire a contractor who's going to come in and get it done in half the price, be more efficient, and be nice to me and get in and get out. Because I'm not buying your guys' pizza. That stopped. I got a split. I'll check back in a little bit. All right, buddy. Appreciate you. But my wife thought I disappeared or I got lost in the Philippines. We're at the Bai Hotel, and her and some girlfriends went running around, and I got bored, and I think I went swimming for a while. Then I went downstairs out to this little cafe type restaurant and had some, I don't know, probably mango juice. But I remember the sandwich. I had a really good tuna salad sandwich with corn in it. It was a really good sandwich. So I'm sitting there eating my sandwich, enjoying my time, and, not really worried about anything because I don't know when she's coming back anyway. And I go back up to the hotel room, and my wife's there, all in a panic. Wow, where you been? What do you mean, where you been? I said, well, I've been sitting out by the parking lot in that little restaurant under the canopy eating a sandwich. It's like, well, I've been down to the front desk and nobody could find you anywhere. And I'm like, well, it's not like I went anywhere. I mean, and so um, she told me that this one girl, blah, 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 had been looking all over the hotel for me. And so I went and found the girl and I told her, hey, I'm sorry my wife did that to you. And I said, but I appreciate your effort in trying to find me. And I went to give her like a $20 USD. And she's like, no, I can't accept, and then I'm like, well, why not? Because to me, that's offensive not to take my tip. even though I don't think I should have to tip you. Forced tipping is one thing, but she told me the story. And then the other thing she told me about tipping in the Philippines, and I didn't think about that until this time, was she's like, the tip's too big anyway. She said that if if my coworker, like, we don't accept here tips, but she told me just in talking. So if you go out to a restaurant and you get a foreigner who tips somebody really big compared to what other people tip them, the other coworkers get pissed because what did you do to get that tip? Were you flirting with them? What did you do? Did you break the rule? They're going to cause you havoc because somebody gave you a big tip because they don't. The coworkers are jealous of that. So that after that, I thought about that. Mark is in the house. Thank you for being here, buddy. David, do you agree with some places adding tip? No, I do not. I don't. I do agree if there's like a party of 8 or more. I think if you got a bigger party, sure, I get that because it may take more than one person to manage the party. But I do not think it's appropriate for people to automatically add a tip. And here's the thing: if they add a tip, I don't give tip. You just don't do it, and then I don't come back because I won't do that. I'm a very generous tipper, but you're not going to make me tip. If you make me tip, I'm not going to tip. And I think it's counterproductive for people. I don't think that's what a lot of these people understand. Because we've gotten to become a society where we're entitled, right? Just because I bring you a hamburger, you think you're entitled for me to give you 20% or 30% or a couple bucks just because you did something for me. We've gotten to that point. Even fast food workers think they need to be tipped. This is ridiculous. Everybody thinks they deserve. Well, but aren't you getting paid? That's the job that you do, right? I mean, I got hired. I chose to be a waiter. I'm going to do the best I can to make as much tips as I can. But if I don't, that's on me. That means my performance sucked. That's what that means to me. Stevan Martone. Hello, good to see you here. Thank you. We're playing it by ear. Yeah. Well, I just really believe that. I don't think anybody, I don't know. Yeah, no. Tipping pisses me off. If you demand a tip, you're not going to get it. I'll give you a tip. I'll give you 3 cents. But if you just do a really good job and you're a happy person, you don't need to worry about your company forcing you to have a tip. And that's what people miss. They're missing that component of it. Just do a good job and everything will work out. But I hate the thought that now everybody and their dog wants a tip. It's like, my dog wants a tip and all she's doing is laying here, doing nothing. But there's probably a 20% tax on my dog here. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about tipping? How do you guys feel? I don't know. And do you like what um, Donald Trump is proposing about tipping? Because I like that. I like the fact that they are proposing that employment taxes shouldn't be collected on tips. And I agree with that. I don't think you should pay taxes on your tip money. If I give somebody a $20 tip, a lot of times I give it in cash so that they can hide it in their pocket. Because I don't think you should have to pay taxes if you do it. I just don't think that's right. Some places pays very low wages. That's correct. They do. Because they anticipate tips that's exactly how it works. So they should just pay a minimum wage, and then they wouldn't have to charge everybody tax. Joe's in the house. Good morning, Joe. How are you today? But I agree, if they increase the wages, then they don't have to force people to pay the tip. And when the waiter or waitress gets the tip, then it's fair. It's fair for everybody. N1K1, you agree? Yeah, you agree. I agree. You agree with me? Great. I love it when people agree with me. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing to the channel. So, Joe, what are you up to do? What are you up to do? What are you going to be doing today, this Saturday? Today is Saturday. So, I agree. Don't make them work for $2 or $3 an hour then, and then try to force people to, I don't know. But we're good tippers. We don't mind tipping, but I don't like to be forced to tip. It pisses me off. But I don't think you should pay taxes either on your tips. And I don't think there's some restaurants that have gotten in trouble because they take a portion of the tip, that's on the cards. It's like, well, we're running the cards, so the server should pay, 1% of their tips back to the restaurant. What? What the hell is that? How screwed up is that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just simple. Do a good job, earn a good wage, mind your business, pay your bills, and leave everybody alone. Joe says it's always felt like you're always going to force a tip no matter where you go. Yeah, you do feel like obligated. In America, you feel obligated. You really do. I agree with you, Joe. And no matter where we go, what we do, we almost feel obligated that we have to tip everybody. And I just think that's ridiculous. I was on and I tipped the guy. I tipped him $50 because he did a fantastic job, but I thought it was odd that we were on a bus tour to the Grand Canyon some years ago out of Vegas, and the guy had to ask people. We were going to tip him anyway. We always tip. But I talked to him a little bit. He's like, man, if I don't ask people to tip me, they won't even tip me. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's sad. He's like, look, I'm going to spend all day with you guys and take good care of you. And I'm like, well, because I handed him like a $50. Yep, Sandra says you get a tip based on your performance, but I will never leave anything less than 5 no matter how bad the service. All right. We feel like I'm in the Philippines this morning. The dog's barking. I usually don't leave anything less than 10%, but if I get really bad service, I will say something to them. I will tell them, and I try to do it calmly and respectfully. Say, look, I don't know what's going on with you today, but you seem like you're having a bad day. My recommendation to you that if you want to make more money in this type of job, that you really got to you got to act like you're happy, that you got to act like that you like being here. But if you're miserable, then why are you here? Yeah, we do 20 to 25 is normally what we do. And depending on the service, if it's really good, we'll go up to 40%. There's times we've done 40, 50% on things. I'm happy to tip. I just, maybe this sounds crass of me, but I just want some ass kissing. Give me some ass kissing and you'll get your tip. You know what I mean? Just show me some love and you'll get tip. You don't got to do anything but just show me some love, man. I'm here at your restaurant or your place. Just treat me like an invited guest, and I'll be happy to take care of you. Joe says, if I get a very bad service, I only leave a penny. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I tell them about it. I guess maybe that's the old teacher in me. I try to convey to them. It's like, look, yesterday, I went by Brahms yesterday. And there's this little girl, and granted, I know she's a little kid. She's probably barely 18 years old, who took my money. And when I pull up to give her, the card to pay for it, she, and I'm holding my card, and I'm in the car, and I got my card, and I pull up to the window, and the girl's just staring at me, not saying anything. And I finally go, would you like me to pay you? She's like, so I gave her the card, And she, gives it back to me. And I told her, I said, if you hate your job this much, just quit. And she's like, but if you hate your job so much that you're miserable, quit. I got a lot of friends and family members who's into sales, and that was in the restaurant industry. And they've always said this, that if you can't make money in the service industry, then it's not about the service industry, it's about you and how you behave in that industry. And I'm like, well, that's my brother. Yeah, it makes sense, right? So, and I mean, the girl wasn't asking for a tip, thank God. But I was just like, man, if you're really this miserable, just quit. Go home and tell mom and dad that, you hate them and I'm going to quit Brahms. I don't know what her deal was, but. And so, what we have to learn, and this is something I encourage all of you guys to tell all your youngsters, when you go to work, work's not personal. Work is work. What you want to do is act like a good employee. It's acting. And this is what I do with a lot of people about a lot of subjects. Instead of having your personal feelings get in the way about the job, about the people, pretend you're acting in a movie or a play or a TV show. For the next 4 hours, you are acting to be the best waiter or waitress you can be. And then you can go home and be a miserable piece of shit all you like. You know? If you're a plumber and you're going out doing plumbing work, act like the best plumber you can act like. Do a good job, be professional. I don't care what it is. Hairstylist, dentist, doctor, whatever it may be, you got to switch that gear and become that person that you're being employed to do. I had to do that as a teacher. I would be in my office dealing with bullshit. I'm like, oh, these damn students, this drama, that drama, administration drama, this drama, budget issues. Time for me to go teach class. So I got to get my stuff and I got to go to my classroom and I got to switch it on and act like I'm the happiest, best educator there was. Not that I was, but. And so that's what I tell people. You got to act it. Whether it's true or not, just act it. And the psychological part of that is you'll feel better. Because once you start pretending that you're happy, you actually release endorphins that will help you feel happy. And so you get excited about teaching a subject, act like you're excited. Well, you get excited. The kids get excited, the students, the people around you, or you lift up everybody's mood, and that makes everything better. So just act like you're happy. Just act like you're happy. That's what blows my mind about law enforcement in America. Man, they are so freaking unfreaking happy. My God, they're angry ass people. Just wasabi. Remember that from the Bad Boy movies? Which we're getting ready to watch the latest one. I saw it's out on Netflix now. So maybe this weekend, Lorelai, I've been saving it so Lorelai and I can watch the fourth one. So it's out on Netflix. So we're going to probably watch it this tonight. Uh, the new Bad Boy, latest Bad Boy movie. So I want to see the Furiosa movie, but I haven't seen it yet. So that's kind of my advice to everybody, man. Just pretend and everything's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, boys and girls. It's going to get really hot where we're at today. It's going to be pushing 90 degrees. And then next week it's supposed to be cool. I'm hoping we need some rain really bad. But next week the temp's supposed to drop here. Supposed to be in the upper 30s and in the 60s for the day. Nighttime in the 30s, daytime in the 60s a couple of the days. So should be a good next week, I guess. So, but I don't know what we're going to do today. I feel like I need to suck down some caffeine, but I'm not trying to drink soda anymore. But man, I could definitely use a shot of caffeine right about now, I think, is my problem. You know, but that's all right. Oh, here's something we did. This is cool. Lorelai's all excited about this, guys, and we're going to do a live stream of Lorelai tomorrow. Her and another one of her girlfriends. So you guys join us tomorrow. Watch for that because they're going to be on the camera. I'm just going to kind of be in the background holding the camera. But here's something we did that I think is really cool. Definitely made Lorelai happy. You know about these car wash clubs, right? Where you can pay like $40 a month and you can have all the car washes you want. And I think their car wash normally costs $25 for the best one each time you have it done. So $40 is a deal if you wash your car more than once in a month. But it's called the car wash club, but they're having a 50% sale for the whole next year. So starting now until the end of 2025. And so for $20 a month, you get the $25 car wash as many times as you want. And so Lorelai's really excited because that means she can keep her car a lot cleaner than I'm willing to spend the $25 each time to wash it. I'm too cheap to spend $25 to wash a damn car 3 or 4 times a month. That's a lot of money. So, but now she can just go through there. It has a little sticker. You get a sticker. They put it on your windshield, and you just drive up, and the thing opens up, and you just go in, and it does it. And it does a pretty good job. But her car is so dirty, we're going to take it back to the car wash today. And we probably need to wash it 3 or 4 times before it gets improved. So we need to do that today. Lim is saying, you're amazing. Well, thank you. You're amazing too. And we appreciate you being here. And we appreciate the thumbs up you gave us. And how are you in your part of the world? What's exciting for you this day? So that's fun. I mean, Lorelai's really excited because she likes her car. Me, my old truck, I don't care if it's clean or not. Which I got to clean out the interior part of it today. But we did that, $20 a month for the whole next 13, 14 months until the end of next year, where it would cost you $25 each and every time you go through the car wash. So I think that's a good enough deal. But we did that. And, we had to put new tires. So, yeah, we're excited. She's excited. She'll be able to keep her car a lot cleaner. She came home the other day and said, I think people are shaming me. I'm like, oh yeah, why are you being shamed upon, beautiful wife? She's like, well, one of my coworkers mentioned how dirty my car was, so I no longer have a pretty car. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious! All right, all right, all right. We'll get you a membership, and it just so happened that they are on half price sale. So. That would be a good point. That's a good point, Joe. If you don't have a car, there's no reason to see car washes. If you don't have a car, you don't know what the price of gas is, right? You know, so I'm with you there. If you don't go to church, you don't pay any attention to churches. If you don't eat tacos, we don't know how much tacos cost. So I'm with you. I'm with you, man. But it's made her happy. And that's what I tell people. I'm giving out more relationship advice, Joe. Every day I'm trying to leave a little Filipino relationship advice out there on the internet. And sometimes it's the simplest things that can make a person happy. And if it makes her happy that she can go and wash her car as many times as she wants without paying any money for it, whatever. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But I got to clean out my truck today. All of my fishing gear is in there and I need to get it out. And then I need to bring it in. But later this year, this winter, I need to take it and clean it. All my fishing gear is nasty. I need to wash every bit of it because I've been fishing so much. So I'll do that one of these days when the weather's crappy and I have nothing better to do, and you never know, I might even take you guys out in the garage with me and let you watch me wash my fishing gear. Because it's important to take care of our fishing gear. We still got 7 people watching, so thank y'all for that. Man, tomorrow's live stream is going to be good. I'll probably do an early morning one just like this. But in the afternoon, if her friend comes over, I think you guys might be quite entertained to try to watch them hot glue, make a chandelier, how to cut things up, how to try to make their own hodgepodge arts and crafts Halloween decorations for the party on the 26th, because that's what they're trying to do. These are Filipinas who's never done Halloween, who's bought a bunch of decorations, and they're coming over tomorrow so that they could do their pre-setup work and try to build some things so that when their friends come over early on the 26th, they can all decorate the house. So, you know, it should be interesting to see what they come up with tomorrow. A new air freshener in the truck. Yeah, how'd you know that? I need to wash the seats again because I spilt a whole bunch of fishy stuff on the seats. But it's not where I sit, it's where the guests would sit. So, yeah. But I need to clean my seats again. I'll do that too. Uh, Air freshener. Never put an air freshener in there. I don't like them in my view. So, we don't do that. Maybe I could hide one under the seat, right? Maybe they got a dead fish smell. But yeah, I need to clean some liver juice and fish smell out of my truck. So maybe today when I take all the stuff out of it, I'll roll down the windows and let it air out and give it a chance. But I like my old beat up fishing truck, so try to take good care of it. You know. So that's what we're up to, guys. I don't know, man. Man, I gotta try to clean my glasses. Can't see anything. So, Joe, is the weather turning? Obviously, the weather's gonna turn for us. It's gonna turn for you guys up there. That's a little better. But other than that, man, today's sports day. It's Saturday. It's football day. That's an exciting point in time in this part of the world. It's always exciting. Oh, damn, I keep forgetting. I got to take my propane tanks in and get them refilled before the party because we got our new fire pit out here and I'm out of propane. So I need to get some new propane so that way when the guests come over, because you got to remember, if you're hosting a Filipino party, what we're doing, you got to have a nice, safe area for the guys to go hide in. Now, granted, it's probably going to be cold, being the 26th of October. So I got to have my fire pit where it can be up and running so the guys can come out here if they want and hang out for a while and not freeze to death. Yeah, I'm going to be making a run for the mid 90s for you. Yep, same here. But next week it's supposed to cool off. Transition on Monday, I think, into the colder part of the week. So, which we've been waiting for the leaves to turn here. We were going to take our annual fall road trip somewhere, but right now there's not much color going on, and I think that's because there hasn't been enough rain. Well, the funny thing, Mark, is Halloween's never been a big deal. Never. I don't care about Halloween. Filipinos don't do Halloween. But somehow this year, my wife has gotten a bug up her butt about Halloween. I told you, she woke up a while back and said, "Hey, I want to have a couple of I want to have a couple of friends over for Halloween food on the 26th." And I first said, "Well, what is Halloween food? I don't know what that is, but okay, whatever." So there's going to be maybe 5 or 6 Filipinos here. That was it. Now, Mark, we have approximately 30 to 50 people coming. 30 to 50 people with a full house of decorations and costumes and the prize for the best costume. No, Mark. Just like a. And the funnier thing is, since the Filipinos don't know about Halloween, it'd be really interesting to see what this is going to turn out because they don't do Halloween like Americans do Halloween at all in the Philippines. I don't know what's going on, Mark. I got a feeling I'm going to be exhausted. But you know how it is, Mark. Um, we want our wives to be happy, right? And if it makes her happy to throw a big old Halloween party and be goofy, she works hard. She has a good job. She puts up with me, you know. Yeah, all right, you know. Joe says not much rain where he is. Yeah, you guys haven't had any more rain than we have, right, man? I don't know if we're supposed to get rain next week. I just know the temperatures are supposed to drop next week. So I don't know what's going on with the weather, but well, that's it, Mark. I don't know the deal. We go we go balls to the wall crazy for Christmas because she's Filipino, and you know, can anybody tell me what the Burr months means in the Philippines? You know, I'll let one of you guys in the chat answer that question. What happens when the Burr months in the Philippines? So for Christmas, our house gets bonkers, you know. Yeah, less than y'all with the rain. Yeah, yeah. The Burr months in the Philippines is when they start decorating for Christmas. September, October, November, December. They become Christmas time in the Philippines for that long, and they start early. When my wife first got here to America, she wanted to decorate in September, and I'm like, no, you understand. You have to understand. We have laws in America about when you can decorate for Christmas, and she bought this for about 2 years. She bought it, and I said, you can't decorate, until 2 weeks before Christmas, and that's the law in America in a house. Well, the second year she knew better, so not in my house. Her tree goes up at the end of November, but she does all the decorating. Yes. Well, so what we have now is Lorelai's gotten into the American groove that after Thanksgiving, she can do her Christmas decoration. It takes a few days, and I would prefer not to be home when she does it. I would prefer just to drag all the stuff in from the garage, put it in the living room, and say, I'll be back, because I'm always going to do something wrong in the decorating. So if I decorate something and she goes back and redoes it anyway, then why should I do it in the first place? So I'm one of these believers. I should just leave and let her decorate. And then Lorelai does. She's gotten pretty good about having it down by January the 5th. Yep, one big party. Um, no matter if it's 95 degrees or not. One big Christmas party. And look, if you get a chance to go to the Philippines during Christmas, it's actually kind of cool. I mean, they got Christmas crap everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Every mall you go to, there's Christmas displays and Christmas music, and it's 95 degrees out, and um, so yes, yeah, I want my wife to do all the decorating, but she keeps insisting, no, you have to help me. I do collect Santa Claus. I'm kind of into these old world Santa Claus, always have been. And so I have people from time to time, I either buy them or people send me like these antique looking, they're not antiques, or they're just old world Santa Clauses. Like um, a couple years ago, somebody sent me one that had a tropical shirt, and I have one that has a fishing Santa Claus. And so I kind of collect some of those, but I have some of the ones that look like they're from, ancient times, Father Christmas of ancient and past. That's the only Christmas decoration stuff I actually have. And I put those up, and so I like getting those. Those are kind of my holiday thing. If I was single, I wouldn't have a tree. I would just put out these really cool Santa Clauses that I like, and would want to collect more of them. So that's what I think is cool. So hopefully maybe I'll get some more of those Santa Clauses with tropical shirts or beach themes. And there's some that has like cool cars with there's a lot of cool shit out there for idiots like me. You know, but I don't like all the work and the mess. You know, for that Christmas makes. I don't even know what I'm buying my wife for Christmas. I have no clue. We don't go crazy over Christmas money. We may take a trip after Christmas though. Lorelai's going to be off a few days, so we're trying to decide what we're going to do. We got like a 5 or 6 day window where she doesn't have to work, and we usually try to do something. And I don't know what to do this year. We thought about going to Texas, but we've also thought about going to Alabama. So Jack says all the months that end in burr. There you go. Answering my question, what burr months are? All the months that end in burr. Yeah, funny, Jack. You know. But my wife, I don't know what to get her for Christmas. Maybe I can get her a new broom and dustpan for cleaning the house. Would that be a good gift? I tried to give her a fishing pole for my wedding anniversary, and she didn't really appreciate that one. So, you know. Joe doesn't know what he's sending out to Jenny for Christmas. Yeah, you got to think about it. Um, well, Lorelai's sister, who lives in Chicago now as a teacher, she's so mad at us that we're not allowed to talk to her kids anymore. So I guess we won't be sending anything to the Philippines for them because um, one of their's birthday was the other day. We always send $50 for each birthday, but they're not allowed to have contact with us anymore. So they didn't get their birthday money. And so we're not going to be sending a couple $100 for Christmas if they don't talk to us because Mama won't let them talk to us because Mama got pissed because we told the kids that we were going to leave our money to them and not her sister. So my wife's sister is pissed off because I'm not giving my money or Lorelai's money, our money, when we die to her, to their kids, the ones that live in the United States. If they don't live here, then we'll give them a small amount, and we'll give the money to people in the United States that take care of us. But apparently, the sister got extremely pissed off, and so she's forbidden her children to have anything to do with us now. Whatever, saves me money. So we're not going to send anything to them. We have some other families that we send money to that are good friends. We will send money to them. We have a couple different groups in the Philippines that we always share a little bit of money for Christmas with, and that's what we're going to do. So and they got little kids, and we always send them school supply money too at the beginning of each year, and we're happy to do that. Well, they talk to us, so you know, just kind of the way it is. If you're nice to me, you get nice things, right? But it's not the kids' fault. It's truly the mother's fault. She cut them off from us. She took away all of their Facebook pages and cut them off when she found out that we were saying, look, if you're living in America as a nurse down the road here, because that's what they wanted to do, then whichever you guys, collectively or singly, winds up taking care of Lorelai, then we have no children of our own. So we will be happy just to sign over all of the money, the house, the properties, whatever, and you would inherit it. And apparently the sister is extremely pissed because we wouldn't sign the property, the money over to her so that she could manage it for her children, is what it is. You'll be my son? Well, you're older than me, so might be a problem. But, well, and I have a brother, but I've asked him, and he's like, look, they have way more money than we do. And he's like, I'm not going to offend you, man, but I don't need your money. My kids don't need your money. My grandkids don't need your money. And I'm like, well, fine. He's like, no, we just have things already set up so that when we die, so the kids and grandkids are fine. So if you got somebody you want to leave yours to, you just do it. Don't worry about it. But if we have nobody else, we will probably leave it to his grandkids that we've never, great grandkids or whoever kids we've never even met. But at least there's some blood relation. But we do have some other people that we're really close with here in the U.S. that has small kids, and if they're around, we'll leave it to them. So we'll just kind of play it by ear. But I think you're too old to be my son. But how pathetic is that mindset? Gonna get mad because if one of your children who lives in the Philippines currently, and we offer to pay for their college education, comes to America as a nurse or however they get here, and if they wind up continuing to have a really good relationship with Lorelai, and since we have no children of our own, we would put in the will that that child or those children, if there's two or three or four of them, however many, would get everything that Lorelai owns. And look, the sister is older than Lorelai. That woman's going to be dead before Lorelai. It just blows my mind that she got so pissed off because we're willing to do that. No, I'm not going to do that, Joe. I'm not going to reward bad behavior. I don't want to. I don't trust the Philippines. And like I said, if the kids are in the Philippines, I'm not putting a large sum of money in the Philippines. I'm not going to do it. I do have an agreement that what we have talked about is we will have a small amount of money sent to the Philippines for each one of those children who will be adults then. But I am not going to set it up in a trust fund for them in the Philippines. That's not going to work. Because the logic would be that if the child is living here, they're going to be a 30 or 35-year-old person when Lorelai dies or older. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to set trust funds up for people living in the Philippines. Not going to do it. But here, if there's somebody living here taking care of Lorelai, well, we'll set it up and structure it to where everything's safe. But that child would inherit everything. If they're 40 years old when Lorelai dies, they're 40 years old, and their whole family can have it. She would get it. Her husband and children could have our lands and our properties and all of our money and cars and all of the other bullshit we have in our house. But if you're not going to live here, I'm not giving you all of that. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah. So that's how I am. I'm not going to do trust funds in the Philippines. But I do got a Filipino that I trust that is part of it that will send them all a like a smaller amount to the Philippines, one time thing. Monday is asking how old I am. I am 21 years old today. Today's my birthday. Everybody give me a happy birthday. I turned 21 today. I am very excited. I can finally go gambling and I can finally go drinking. And what else can you do at age 21? That's it, right? Because if I was younger, I could go fight in war. But now that I'm 21, I guess I could go drinking and I could go gambling. So, how old are you, Monday? How old are you? Thank you for the happy birthday. Do you live alone? Yes, I do. You're welcome to give me a thumbs up and send us some super chat for my birthday. Kim Senior's in the house. Don't go gambling. Okay, I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't go. I promise. I don't like to gamble anyway. I was just making a point in our country that at age 21, you can go drinking and gambling, but I won't do it. I am 9,867 years old. Outstanding. That's great. I am very happy for you. I don't think many people get to that age. That is outstanding, my friend. No, we're not into gambling or drinking, or smoking or hookers or anything bad. Um, nah, I'm not really into gambling. Do you know the definition of gambling? The definition of gambling is literally to gamble with your money. And when you gamble, the odds are you're going to lose. So we don't like to do that. We're very protective of our. We live on $300 a year. That's all the money we live on in America is $300 a year, and so we're very protective of our $300. Luffy's in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Well, we're doing all right. I got a headache, back hurts. I'm getting old. I feel like a 90-year-old man today, but I'm all right. I'm going to try to get motivated later and get things going. But I feel old today. I feel old. How are you doing? How are you doing, Luffy? Joe says, I used to gamble with my life from work. Hell, I was gambling yesterday going fishing. Thought I was going to fall through the fishing pier and drown. Yeah, except for the fact I know how to swim, you know. Motivation for what? For life. Motivation for life. Just to get motivated means to not sit around and do nothing, to have a purpose, to have a focus, to do something good in life. Whatever it may be, what's your motivation? Today, my motivation is Saturday. Uh, my wife is home. So today's motivation is to make her happy and keep her entertained. Uh, don't mope. Motivation for non-moping. There you go. Motivation for not being depressed. Uh, you know, Motivation for not being sad about how little money we have in America, how poor we are in America. You know, uh, Whatever it may be. Motivation to drink another bottle of water. Motivation. The real question is, what are you going to do when you lack motivation? Yeah. And most of us just sit around and do nothing. Luffy says, I hope you feel like old days are much better than today. Well, yeah, I think so. Um, Monday, I actually don't give out that information, but I would encourage Americans to go vote. If you can vote in your own country, I encourage you to do that. I don't tell anybody who I'm going to vote for. I just tell you all to go vote, register, vote. You know, and I also say this: if you're not going to vote, then you have no right to bitch and complain about anything, no matter what country you live in. If you can't vote, then you have no right to bitch and complain about it. But that's all right. Yeah, I think some old days were better, some were good. Luffy, yeah, Mondays also from India. I kind of guessed that. I kind of guessed that. And there's nothing wrong with being from India. As we've talked about, India is a fine country. You guys should be very proud of your country. I try to tell people from the Philippines to take great pride in the Philippines. And I am, you're asking me how tall I am. I am 6'5", and I weigh 780 pounds. I'm one of the biggest Americans you will ever see. But everybody should vote. Just go vote. But I don't decide. I don't want to influence your vote by telling you who I'm going to vote for. How tall are you, Monday? I would think that you're probably less than 6 foot tall. But yep, got to get some motivation. Am I really 6'5"? No, didn't I say like 7? I thought I said I was 7 foot something. No, I forgot. I lied, so I can't remember what I said. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know how tall I am, to be honest. I don't really, once you get to a certain age, we don't really care how tall we are. You know what I mean? It's not relevant anymore because when I played sports, it was important. But in old age, how tall you are really doesn't matter. You know, um, it just doesn't. But no, I'm not 6'5", I promise. Man, you're chilling. How do you, Joe says, when he flies in the plane, there you go. When I fly in the plane, right? When I'm soaring above the skies, I'm high as a kite. Young Mr. Monday says, man, you're chilling. How do you earn money? And I am 5'10", 16 years old. Well, here's how you earn money. All you have to do, and you can do it, is just super chat me, right? And then blessings will come to you. When you're willing to give money away, many blessings will come to you. So, and I give a lot of money away, so I get a lot of money to come in, right? So that's what you do. You share the wealth. So if I was you, I would start giving my money away so that you will receive more money. See, I knew you were under 6 foot tall. See, 5'10". I was good, man. I am good. I haven't even seen you with my eyeballs, and I could tell you were less than 6 foot. Man, I must be one of the sharpest people in this chair. The only other way to earn money, work hard. Don't do quick, get rich quick schemes. Don't try to hustle people. Don't try to lie, steal, and cheat. The only way to make real money is to get a job, work hard, provide a product or a service, do the best you can. That's how you make money. Well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, young Mr. Monday. One, I don't dance on command. I dance for pleasure. So, not going to happen. But I am allowing you to be on my chat. So that should be more than enough. Right? I'm allowing you to be here. But that's okay. I understand. You're probably in one of those situations where you don't have any money and maybe you're very poor in your country and you're probably maybe at the lowest rung of the society ladder in your country, which I understand is really really rough living in India. I know it's a beautiful country, but I know the people that really live at the bottom of the ladder at the bottom have it really 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 rough. So you keep your funds and help yourself. That's my recommendation. Oh, it's okay, Luffy. I don't mind. Uh, Luffy, nobody gets under my skin, and it's okay. So, but I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you, all you good people out there. But he's not going to get under my skin, and it's okay. I actually have a video on my YouTube channel called The Fat Man Dance. You can go and watch. So go to my YouTube channel and type in, search on my YouTube channel, Fat Man Dance, and there you go. You'll see me dancing. We were in Aruba having a wonderful time with my wife, and it was a beautiful evening, and the music struck us right, and we had a good time dancing in Aruba. So, Poorest Man in Burlingame has returned. Oh, good. Sean's returned. Well, that's good. I like that, man. I like that. Can I be the poorest man in my house? You know, I do. Monday has. I do have 20 RS. Is RS your what your dollars called? I'm not for sure what your money is called. So I'm assuming the RS means like U.S. dollars, but in India, I don't know. No, he says I'm actually high middle class. Well, um, I don't know if I believe that Monday. You know, a lot of people that say they're high class or middle class or these things really are not. You know, it's kind of hard to believe because a lot of them try to make themselves feel better by saying, "No, I'm really not the lowest of the low. No, no, I'm not a poor guy. No, no, no." So they kind of inflate their own egos. So it's kind of hard for me to believe you. Lovely Monday. 100 RS means $1. Okay. All right. RS means rupees. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. See, I learned something, and that's why I do this. I love to learn things. You dance in the Philippines. Yeah, I danced in the Philippines. You know, I like to dance. I'm just, but I've already done it. Why do it again? It's kind of like if you've climbed, if you climbed Mount Everest, why do it again? Right? If you've flown in a hot air balloon, why do it again? If you've eaten the best sushi in the world, why do it again? Well, now wait a minute. That one doesn't make any sense because I really like to eat sushi. So I would eat the same best sushi again and again. So, oh, Monday. I can't make out what you dropped, the screen is too small. I don't know what you put there. I can't tell what it is. Maybe a car? I don't know. I can't tell what it is. But Luffy's having a good time. But Luffy, we appreciate you, man. Uh, we love to have fun on this channel. We love to have a good time. Monday, FR, how old are you? I don't know what you mean by FR. Who's FR? I just turned 21. If you're asking me again, I just turned 21. You know, I know I'm handsome and I'm a sexy man beast, but yes, I just turned 21 years of age. You know, in America, you got to remember, Americans look good at 21. We're good-looking men at 21. So, ain't that right, Sean? Sean knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, you got to be careful with too many emojis. The Nightbot may wake up and go, "Ooh, don't do that." So you're closer, Luffy. But we appreciate you, buddy. For real, India, Indian or Pakistan? Well, I've never been to either country. I've met people from both countries, and I've been very impressed by people from both countries. But I will say that somebody that I hold in very high regards, who I met in the Philippines, that was very kind to me at a very difficult time, who's from Pakistan. So I would have to choose Pakistan just because of him. He's a great guy. He has great faith. He's a good man, a good father, and he's somebody that I wish I could get to immigrate into America to come here and live, so that he could live by me, so he could be my buddy again. I really like him. So he's from Pakistan. So I guess if he made me choose not going to either one of those countries or having been to either one of those countries, I would have to choose his country of Pakistan. Japanese, yeah, Japan. Love to go to Japan, but my good friend is from Pakistan. Good people. I think there's good people from all over the world. Even California has good people in it. Even California. Monday's asking, do you think USA will fall after 30 years? No, I don't. No, I don't think anybody will fall. Lovey says, I appreciate that. See, Nightbot, if you do too many of those little emojis, this little Nightbot thing comes up and says it's too many emojis. So just put one or two emojis, and that's all you have to do. So just, Luffy, just put one or two emojis, and you'll be fine. I don't have any control over that, what happens with Nightbot. It's automatic. So let me get back up there. Nope, I don't think the United States will ever fall. I think it will be here until the end of times. Monday is speaking to you, Luffy. It's okay, Luffy. That's all. It's a computer thing. It has nothing to do with you personally. It's just a computer thing. How that works. Just a computer program. Joe is saying there's a lot of countries for us to go. Yeah. Yep. Hindi. Okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I can't understand it, but I don't mind. I'm a person that believes that speaking your native language is very important no matter where you're at. I encourage my wife to do it, and I taught international students all my life. And one thing I encourage my international students to get together with each other and to speak their language. So, nothing wrong with that. But a lot of exciting things in the world, so many places to go, so many things to do in the world, so many good people from every country in the world. So, maybe you're wondering if I think America's weak. I don't think America's weak. I think America is one of the greatest countries in the world. Do I think it's necessarily the greatest? It depends on your point of view. I like to quantify everything. So, you know, maybe there's a lot of people that live in Japan that think Japan is the greatest country in the world, right? A lot of people in the Philippines think the Philippines is the greatest country in the world. Obviously, as an American, I'm going to think America is the greatest country in the world. I do think every country has problems and issues. India has their share, Pakistan has their share, the Philippines, America, Japan, everybody has their problems. And what I'm going to tell you is whether you understand it or not, nowhere is perfect. Nowhere is perfect. And what your goal should be is try to niche out your own little world in your own little area and make that perfect. Well, Joe says there's also a lot of countries where we can't go, right? There's a lot of countries where we can't go because of travel blocks. There's a few. I mean, you can get into China. It's not easy. North Korea, you don't want to. Russia, you can get into, but there are some issues. Traditionally, you can get into Russia. I don't know about right now. You don't want to go to Ukraine right now because of the war. There's some restrictions, but I can't think of, and maybe I'm wrong, Joe. Is there any country that bans Americans? Holy crap, that was a big bird. Is there any countries that banned us outright? Oh my God, that's a big hawk, man. That hawk, it's got a wingspan of 4 feet. That hawk's gonna come down and poke my eyeballs out. I can't think of a country, unless it's North Korea, that has an absolute ban against Americans. Joe, do you know if there's a country that says, I know we can go to India and Pakistan and Japan. I mean, maybe somebody else knows. Sean or somebody in the house, Tate Sanders in the house. I don't think we're loved in Venezuela's right now, so I don't know if we can travel there. But I can't think of, besides North Korea, where we're totally banned. I don't know. Yeah, thinking anything like the CCP. Well, the Communist China Party. Well, you can go to China. It's just not easy. Yeah, so Sanders is saying, as far as he can think of, North Korea is the only. We definitely are not. I know that there's been Americans go into North Korea, but it's been a very unique situation. So I know you can't just get into North Korea. All right, Luffy, you guys are done chatting. So I know North Korea, and I don't know about the war with Russia and Ukraine, what's going on from that standpoint, but normally we could get into those countries. No worries, no worries, Luffy. But I do wonder if Venezuela's, because aren't we, I think maybe we've lost some of our diplomatic relationships with them. But I know India doesn't mind us showing up to there. Most countries want the American tourist dollars. And so they're happy to have us come over there. And I would love to go to China, to be honest. I mean, not because of the Chinese party, Communist Party, but I think there's parts of China that would be beautiful to see. Yeah, go to Russia and become a prisoner. Yeah, yeah. Right now, I mean, before they started the Ukraine war, Americans were going into Russia, but now I don't know what the regulations are. So, and the same thing with Ukraine and all the other little weird countries in there. I don't know what's going on with that part of the world. But well, and you definitely don't want to become a prisoner in Russia or North Korea, you know, or anywhere for that matter. But I'm with you though. I'm with you, Sanders. I had an opportunity about 15 years ago to go to Russia with a mission of a group of colleges. There is a consortium of colleges that was going to go to Russia. There's about 30 of us that was going to go to Russia, and we were doing a big summit type thing on education. We were swapping ideals. Russia wanted to show us how they were teaching college, and we were supposed to show Russia how we were teaching college. And my school was one of the ones that got asked if they wanted to send somebody because we were a community college. So they wanted community colleges representative, and there was more than mine, but they needed volunteers, and so I volunteered to go to Russia, but the trip broke down. Something happened, and that never happened. But I would have been happy to go. Fishing is going good. It wasn't very good yesterday. I didn't have any luck. You know, where I live at, it's starting to get ready to be cold out. And I'm talking about really cold. And so fishing season's about over with. I won't be doing too much more fishing. I may do a little bit more this year, but we're getting to the end of fishing where I am at because it's just too cold. And I don't like to go outside in the cold. So, Luffy, I appreciate you asking me that, though. So it's almost over with. We'll do some more, but it has to be some nice days. So, but we're getting ready to turn into kind of a more rainy, cooler weather in America. So right now, America is in the fall seasons, and temperatures will be start dropping. Yeah, I caught a whopper of a fish. Yes. Uh, I've got a lot of fish in my life. I love to fish. I wish somebody would just pay me to travel the world and go fishing like that Jeremy Wade guy got to do. You know, man, that would be, man, one good day for me. So, all right, my friends, it's about 11 o'clock here. It's time for me to get off of here. I'm going to go see if the wife is awake so that we can figure out what we need to do today and get some things going. But as always, I appreciate every one of you guys being here. And I thank you all for the thumbs up and all the chat and all the views. So Luffy thinks I'm an experienced guy. Maybe. I try. You know, experience is what we learn as knowledge. There you go. But thank you, Luffy. I appreciate the kindness. Thanks for reminding me. Need to pick up my free fishing and hunting line. You do. You better get them picked up. All right, Joe. Catch up with you in a bit. Everybody, we appreciate you. And take care. And Sanders, get those licenses and take those kids fishing. Even when babies are this big, they can still go fishing. So even if they're this big, you know, they can go fishing. Put them in the backpack and take them fishing with you, buddy. So, all right, Luffy, everybody, appreciate you guys. Take care. We will see you next time.